The comparison of superpowered individuals to godlike deities is nothing new. Some heroes in the panels of our favorite comics depict abilities that, if they were to exist in real life, would definitely grant them a superior status. Hence the whole great power, great responsibility sentiment, which one could argue applies to characters way beyond Spider-Man's reach. So today we are taking a closer look at some of those heroes who have awesome abilities, with our list of the top 10 superheroes with godlike powers. It is worth noting that we will generally avoid actual cosmic entities that appear in the various universes of mainstream comic book publishers, because, you know, it's just not fair if we include them. So with that in mind, let's get to it. Starting us off in at number 10, Thor. Thor is a superhero who is a literal Asgardian god. The son of Odin, he is noted in the comics as being the physically strongest Asgardian of them all. So how strong is that? Well, he can lift the almost Earth-sized Midgard serpent, he can support the weight of 20 planets, and when combining his efforts with Beta Ray Bill, he destroyed Surtur's solar-powered sized dimensional portal in Thor issue 340 from 1984. That's impressive. He can enter a state called Warrior Madness, which is a berserk mode of sorts that temporarily increases his strength and stamina, although it can make him susceptible to attacking both foe and friend. Thor's invulnerability is impressive as well. He withstood attacks from Celestials in the past. In addition to that, he's got incredibly powerful senses, able to hear cries from across a planet, track objects traveling faster than the speed of light, and he can regenerate wounded parts of his body, often with the help of magic though. Then there's the powers he gains from wielding Mjolnir, dimensional teleportation that allows him to travel between dimensions the likes of our own and Asgard's, electric manipulation, the ability to fly, and weather manipulation. Pretty nifty. Moving on to another character who really likes the weather, in at number 9, Storm. Well, one would assume she really likes the weather, because it's kind of her shtick. Storm is yet another character who has been hailed as a god in the past, and she actually has an ancestry with links to the divine. She has been known to be empowered from people's beliefs and prayers. The more people who believe in her, the more powerful she becomes. When she was first introduced in Giant Size X-Men issue 1, Storm was being praised in Kenya as an actual god, and her Earthlink ability gives her a psychic bond with the primal life force of the Earth's biosphere, which feeds her spiritual and material sustenance and instills her with a great amount of empathy towards every living being. This means she can sense things that others can't. She once sensed that the blackbird was breaking through the atmosphere when she was thousands of miles away. She can sense when natural phenomena are occurring, and she once sensed that a tree on the Xavier Mansion's property was dying. She lands higher up on this list in comparison to others thanks to her recently reconfirmed Omega level mutant status and her atmokinesis abilities. She has the ability to control and manipulate the environment, precipitation, humidity, and moisture at a molecular level. Up next in our number 8 spot, we have Wonder Woman. Diana Prince, aka Wonder Woman, first appeared in All-Star Comics issue 8 in 1941. One of DC's holy trinity, she is an Amazonian demi-goddess with a massive list of abilities that would have any villain shaken in their boots. She has superhuman strength, speed, stamina, durability, endurance, agility, reflexes, dexterity, intelligence, senses, and longevity. She is nigh invulnerable. She has an accelerated healing factor, and Diana is a master of hand-to-hand combat and martial arts. She can fly, she can make use of magic, she is capable of electrokinesis, and perhaps the most obvious reason why she is on this list, she can manipulate divine energy and project it too. Let's not forget that Wonder Woman has an arsenal of tools at her disposal that makes her even more powerful, the likes of her lasso of truth, her indestructible bracelets, and more. Plus, she's also capable of taking on actual gods like Ares, and that speaks volumes. Up next, number 7, Adam Warlock. Warlock was created by a group of scientists called the Enclave. He was the perfect artificial human, who initially referred to himself as him. Simple. Rebelling against his creators, he left Earth and journeyed throughout space, becoming the cosmic hero we are familiar with today. So what can Warlock do? Well, he has superhuman speed, strength, agility, and durability. He can fly, he can manipulate and absorb energy. He is an expert in the field of magic, specifically quantum magic, which he can use to manipulate quantum energy and create force fields, teleport, travel faster than light, produce or detect wormholes, spot out other irregularities in space, and of course, Warlock can manipulate matter. Warlock is also capable of recuperating himself, often creating a cocoon for self-preservation and regeneration. He's immortal, although he can be killed. But he can't technically die because death cannot claim his soul. Moving on to number 6, we have Solar. Solar may be one of the lesser known characters on our list, but oh boy, is he powerful. First appearing in Dr. Solar Man of the Atom issue 1 in 1962, initially published by Gold Key Comics, now by Dynamite Entertainment, he is a fellow who was introduced as a physician named Dr. Philip Solar. He attempted to avert an imminent meltdown of a nuclear power plant upon his first appearance. So Solar absorbed a massive amount of radiation, gaining his powers that would allow him to convert his body into any kind of nuclear energy he desired. The second version of the character had a similar origin story, except now his powers were due to a new type of fusion reactor. Essentially, his body is a living nuclear battery, now being entirely made up of pure energy. He doesn't rely on human food anymore, doesn't have a human metabolism, nor does he have a heartbeat. An innate super genius, the accident turned him into a godlike being. He can manipulate on an atomic and subatomic level. He's invulnerable, he's immortal, and he can manipulate energy in all of its forms, and generate it, converting it into energy blasts and projectiles. Coming in number 5, Silver Surfer. The Silver Surfer is arguably one of the more overpowered superheroes in Marvel's roster. Initially the Herald of Galactus, who endowed him with the power cosmic, Silver Surfer uses that power cosmic to pull off some pretty impressive moves. These abilities include superhuman strength and durability, flight, traveling at a speed that exceeds the speed of light, manipulating energy and matter, time traveling, telekinesis and telepathy via parsecs of distances. He's intangible, he can turn invisible, can create a star or a black hole, can create pocket universes, cast illusions, phase through things, and of course, he has cosmic senses. All in all, that's a pretty godly skill set to have. Moving on to number 4, we have the Sentry. The Sentry is Robert Reynolds, a man who one day woke up and remembered that he used to be a superhero. As absurd as that sounds, it was the beginning of a story of a hero who had been such a threat to the greater good that he himself had helped wipe the memory of his existence from the minds of everyone all over the globe, including himself. Sentry is like a majorly upgraded Marvel version of Superman. He is capable of molecular manipulation, which all of his powers are based within, which is the basis of all of his powers. It allows him to have complete invulnerability, flight, light and darkness manipulation, superhuman strength, speed, stamina, a regenerative healing factor, enhanced senses, matter manipulation, energy absorption and projection, immortality, reality warping, life creation, empathy and emotion manipulation, death touch, whatever that is, probably touch people and kill them, shapeshifting, mind control resistance, and more. The downside, and the reason why he was wiped from everyone's memories though, he has an evil alter ego within him called the Void, who proved to threaten all of existence with his malevolent ways. Up next at number 3, Molecule Man. Molecule Man, aka Owen Reese, is a Marvel character who first appeared in issue 20 of Fantastic Four in 1963, created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. He debuted as a villain, but eventually became a reformed hero. His allegiances weren't the only thing that changed over the years. His powers got a major upgrade too. Initially, he was capable of mentally manipulating molecules, which allowed him to create force fields, energy beams, and hyperspace portals. The upgrade? Well, Reese can now warp reality itself on a multiversal scale. It had been explained as Reese having mental blocks subconsciously imposed upon himself that held back these powers. He is a multiversal composite entity, a single creature that manifests fractions of its entire being in each universe found within the Marvel multiverse. Coming in at number 2, Franklin Richards. Franklin Richards, the son of Sue Storm and Reed Richards, first appeared in Marvel's Pages in Fantastic Four Annual Issue 6 in 1968. And he has a ridiculous amount of power. He can manipulate matter and energy. He can project energy. He has psionic abilities that include telekinesis, telepathy, astral projection, and precognition. He can teleport. He can create a pocket universe, one that can even replicate the entire 616 universe, which he did subconsciously, might I add. And he is immortal. Of course. He's a mutant who can warp reality, considered an Omega level mutant might I add, and even Celestials think his power is on par with themselves. The reason he doesn't rank in the number 1 spot on our list though is because his power limits are still undefined, and he is still very much honing said powers. He is quite young after all. And finally, in at number 1, Dr. Manhattan. Dr. Manhattan from Watchmen, aka Jonathan Osterman, or at least that's who he was prior, is a being with subatomic perception and control, with an unlimited manipulation of matter and his own body. He is nigh omnipotent. He is entirely invulnerable to all harm, capable of reconstructing his body even when disintegrated in a matter of seconds. He can create life. He is unable to be exhausted, and he is clairvoyant. In the Watchmen universe, not looking at the seemingly ceaseless Doomsday Clock storyline here might I add, Manhattan is the only character who possesses actual superpowers. Human beings in the story literally view him as a god. His perception of time allows him to see his past, present, and future simultaneously. And he is arguably, in the purest sense, the most godlike figure outside of a cosmic entity in modern day comics. Just look at him. Alright, there we have it friends. There are a handful of characters that we didn't get to touch on, so give us a shout in those comments below if you'd like to see a part 2 of this list. In the meantime though, if you guys dug this video, spread that love, hit that thumbs up button, and be sure to subscribe to the Top 10 Nerd for more videos just like this. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.